All right, Shalom, Ezra, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Mashach, like Shai. That is to say, Yahweh, being named the Heavenly Father, who the world called God, and Yahweh Shai, being named His only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. All right, this brother Kasadi from W5 Jersey, Philly. And, I've been doing some research on the different power grids that's been attacked recently over in America. Not too long ago, about a week ago, you had this major power outage over in Moore County, North Carolina. You also just recently had some power plants that was taken down, or has been taken down these past year or so. But you also have a lot of these other power plants all throughout America, which has been, taken down out of a so-called coincidence. Just as all hell is about to break loose on the earth, now these power plants are slowly but surely being taken down one after another. So this article from Zero Hedge, this was made a few days ago on Monday, December 12th. So it says someone has been attacking power plants all over the country, and federal authorities are trying to determine, this damn sickness. It says are trying to determine who it is. In recent days, we have seen significant sabotage on both the East and West Coast, and so it can't be one individual that is responsible. It says during the first 8 months of this year, there were a total of 106 attacks on the electronic power grid or grid in the United States, and that represents the highest number ever recorded in a single year. So in just 8 months, there was about 106 different attacks. Now, this person that was writing this, it says in the first 8 months of this year. How much more in these past few weeks, in the past few months? It says hopefully authorities will be able to get to the bottom of this mystery because winter will soon officially begin. If power goes out in your neck of the woods for an extended period of time during the month ahead, what will you do? And that's a question we got to ask you. What are you going to do? What are you going to do when this comes to a city near you? With a power grid, now you got to think about this. If the power goes out, that means there's no refrigeration for the food. So then the food goes bad. If the power goes out, then how are you going to be able to use a lot of these cars? That's literally damn electric cars, and they got to be attached to some type of electrical source. And even if there's an EMP attack, which literally means electromagnetic pulse, that'll fry all of electronics in that vicinity. Now, if it's a multiple that's launched on America, that's going to take out all of the American power grid. If a lot of these power grids continue to go out based off of this, these little fires that's so-called happening, just out of nowhere, there's fires that's happening to these power grids that's putting out cities for literally days to even weeks to even months. I believe Moore County over in North Carolina is still out right now. And it's been over a week, if not two. So you're seeing some of these things that the Lord is showing you, these signs that are slowly coming to pass. And we know there's prophecy that's written against America in the different lands that the Most High is going to bring darkness to. Yes, both a spiritual darkness, which is already happening right now. You have evilness. Evilness, that's dark. Because the true light, that's serving the Most High, keeping the commandments. The law is light. That's Proverbs 6:23. You understand? The commandments are a lamp to our feet. That's Psalm 119 and 105. So that's the true light. So this physical light, we understand, is the sun, the moon, the stars that we see, your different street lights, your car lights, your phone light, the lights that's in your house, your living room light, your bathroom light, your ceiling light, the light over your microwave, and you got the stove right there, you kind of cooking it up, doing your thing. Guess what? The Lord said all that's going to be taken down. And these things are already happening. It says no one is trying to claim that the string of attacks that we have been witnessing is quote-unquote accidental. And in ABC News is reporting that federal authorities are investigating this. So now they're trying to get involved. They're like, hold on now. Well, we don't know what's going on. Even when we read on, it says Federal authorities are investigating a number of recent reported acts of sabotage on utility companies, a senior law enforcement source told ABC News. The move comes in the wake of substations, substations being riddled with bullets in North Carolina, leaving tens of thousands without power for days. This is not a random event. When you jump down, it says at approximately 7 p.m. on Saturday night, gunfire erupted at two electrical substations in Moore County. Officials are calling this a quote-unquote an intentional and coordinated attack. Who did this, though? They could try to blame this on us and say we're the ones that intentionally wanted to coordinate this attack. It says Duke Energy restored power to all of its North Carolina customers Wednesday evening, 4 days after 45,000 customers were left in the dark after what officials have said was an intentional and coordinated attack on two substations in Moore County. Imagine 45,000 of your neighbors, including yourself, without power. Imagine it's not just days, but it's weeks. Imagine not just 45,000, but it's about 4.5 million. Imagine that. All hell gonna break loose very shortly within that time frame. Again, it's gonna be people that's not gonna have food in their house because the damn refrigerator don't work, the freezer not doing its thing. Right? Certain of these houses, they're smart houses, and they're connected to everything's connected to a so-called power grid. So certain things you can't turn on in the house without the electricity working and running through the house. Right? So what's really going to happen when those type of things are really brought and come to pass in the earth? Let's get some precepts. And I got another article too that I want to get from Wired.com. So let me go to this in Isaiah. This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 8 and verse 21. I'll start at. It says, "And they shall pass through it, hardly bestead and hungry. And it shall come to pass that when they shall be hungry, they shall fret themselves and curse their king and their God and look upward." Because when all hell is breaking loose, they're gonna start cursing the name of Yahweh Shem Shai. They're gonna look up and say blasphemous words against the Lord, man. Things that a man ought not ever say. Verse 22, "And they shall look unto the earth, and behold trouble and darkness, dimness of anguish, and they shall be driven to darkness." So they're going to look upon the earth and see all manner of lights out. In America, well, chiefly New York City, but a lot of these other cities in America as well, like Las Vegas, like LA, right? Like I mentioned, New York and in Chicago. These chief cities, they literally have their lights on all throughout the night. They're known as, New York City is chiefly known as a city that never sleeps. Why is that? Because the lights is always on, and money is always so-called to be made out there. Whether you're in Times Square, whether you're in the Bronx, whether you're over in Brooklyn, BK, Flatbush, so on and so forth, Queens. New York City is known as a city that never sleeps, and America the same way. So when all hell is breaking loose on the earth, the Lord said that man, for their hunger, they're going to look up to the heavens and they're going to curse the Most High. And then they're going to look upon the earth and they're going to see darkness and anguish of spirit is going to be on the earth. And all manner of trouble and evil. When them lights is out, that damn thief, he going to come in your house, man. He's going to break and enter. If you left the lights on, he might, he's not going to go into the house. Like, hold on, there's people there, they can call the police, they might have a shotgun, this, and that. But when you don't have no lights on, now they feel more comfortable with breaking in the house, breaking and entering. There's a lot of B&E attacks, breaking and entering. They're going to kick down and damn the door. They're going to take your woman. They're going to try to do different things and cruel acts to your children because they need it and you got it and they want it. And that's just how it's going to be in that day. So the Lord said that darkness is going to come upon this earth. And we know that's prophesied to happen to this wicked-ass place known as Babylon the Great. Let's go to Revelation, chapter 16 and verse number 10. "And the fifth angel poured out his vial upon the seat of the beast." Where is the seat of the beast at? It is chiefly over here in America. You understand? This is chiefly Satan's seat. But nevertheless, not just over here, wherever this Edomite is ruling it. So over in Europe as well, it will be darkness over there. Over in Russia, they kind of used to it. So continuing on. And his kingdom was full of darkness, and they gnawed their tongues for pain, and blasphemed the God of heaven because of their pains and their sores, and repented not of their deeds. So you see the same thing over in over in Isaiah, the 8th chapter, verse 21 down to 22, is over in Revelation, the 16th chapter, verses 10 and 11. When darkness is happening upon the earth, they're going to start to curse the name of the Most High, man. And they're going to do God knows what, and more evil and more evil, and more wicked and more evil. So that's what's coming upon this earth. Let me get another verse on this. Right? Let's go to Isaiah chapter 5. This is Isaiah chapter 5, and I'm going to get verse 30. Get right to it. And in that day, they shall roar against them like the roaring of the sea. Right? It's really talking about those missiles. When you start at verse 28 or 27, and the Lord's going to bring those missiles swiftly upon his land. And they're going to be like young lions, and they're going to quake, and they're going to roar like horses, and they're going to be swift, and they're going to be sharp like arrows, and their bows are going to be bent. You understand? So continuing on. And if one look into the land, behold, darkness and sorrow, and a light is darkened in the heavens thereof. So the Lord's going to cast down darkness in his land, man. Right? On both a spiritual level, like I said, and a physical level. Spiritual level because there's going to be no understanding and wisdom for any of the men of the earth. It's going to be taken away. They're not going to know what to do. Man is going to go back to his natural beast estate and that primitive estate that hunt or be hunted, that kill or be killed, that do what thou wilt spirit. That's going to be back on this earth. And the land is going to be physically darkened as well. There's going to be no lights out there. There's going to be no damn police. Imagine without the damn electricity, how are you going to call the police? How is that going to happen? You know, normally police, they sit in their car, and then they get an alert, and they damn so on, so and so forth. And then they kind of hit her damn walkie, and they go, and they got to go to the next street or the next city and go do what they got to do. That's how that works. So when no one's making phone calls to 911, how is 911 going to come and help you? When they going to need to be helped themselves. It's going to be anarchy. It's going to be madness. It's going to be the purge. And you know what? It is coming to a city near you sooner than you think. The Lord said the day of the Lord is going to come as a thief in the night. That's sooner than you think. Don't think this is years from now. Hey, it might just happen in Illinois in about a few days. January 1st, 2023, they're issuing that all really some crazy, heinous crimes, they're now, they're non-detainable offenses. I mean, they can't detain you in prison now. Second-degree murder. They can't detain you in prison. Arson. They can't detain you in prison. Other lewd acts that we can't say. They can't detain you in prison. Go look that up. That's January 1st, 2023. That's official state law all throughout Illinois. And we know Chicago, one of the worst cities in all of America, especially for Jake, I should say. They literally got Chicago known as Chirac. So what do you think is going to happen in January 1st, 2023? All hell is going to break loose. They may turn out the damn lights just because of how much evil is going to be over in Chicago. And for afraid of it coming to a city near you. So let's stop playing with the Lord, man, as if these things aren't supposed to come to pass and will come to pass and it must come to pass. I'm going to close it out with this precept. This is the book of St. Mark, chapter 13 and verse 36. I started 35. It says, watch ye therefore, for you know not when the master of the house cometh, at even, or at midnight, or at the cock crowing, or in the morning, lest coming suddenly he find you sleeping. And what I say unto you, I say unto all, watch. So you best believe you should be watching in these last days, because all hell's about to break loose, and you don't want to be slipped up and caught out there. Now hold on, Slakia. I just remembered. I had another article. This on Wired.com. Wired.com, it says security news this week. Attackers keep targeting a U.S. Electric grid. It also says Chinese hackers stealing U.S., you see the word, release funds, a cyber attack on a Met Opera website, and more. So there's a lot going on. You got cyber attacks. You got damn hackers out here stealing funds. All manner of evil is happening to earth. Man is going back, like I said, to that evil primitive state. So down here it says physical attacks target U.S. grid in at least 4 states in 3 months. When shootings at 2, and we read this already, I'm going to actually jump down and see if there's something different I wanted to look at. I'm going to get this. It says no damage seems to have occurred in South Carolina case, and the earlier event or incidents like it in Washington, the utilities involved describe the cases as quote-unquote vandalism. So when they can say vandalism, oh, this is just random people just doing these attacks, but it's really no way. You just snuck by, you damn destroying a power grid. A power grid. That doesn't just happen. That's not just a random event. Just random people just damn vandalism and doing vandalism and other things like that. It's not random. I'm led to believe this is a staged and planned. The same way they took down all those food plants. Over hundreds of U.S. food plants this past year. Now they're looking to attack the power grid to turn the lights out, to get us ready for this. It says the incidents are reminiscent of another strange isolated attack on a California power grid in 2015 when a sniper fired on an electrical substation and triggered a blackout to parts of Silicon Valley along with $15 million in damage. These newer cases, while still relatively small in scale, show just how disturbingly vulnerable the American power grid remains to relatively simple forms of sabotage. So you can check out the rest of this article. Like I said, this is right here, December 10th, by Andy Greenberg, an Edomite. This is on Wired.com. So check this thing out. Now I'm going to get another verse. All right, we're going to close it out with this. So again, you got to be vigilant, right? Continue to be vigilant, continue to keep watch, because we know what time is about to be on this earth, man. This is the book of 1 Thessalonians, chapter 5, and I'm going to start at verse 6. Therefore, let us not sleep, as do others, but let us watch and be sober. So with that, continue to keep watch, continue to be vigilant, continue to make your call and lecture sure, most I will in these last days, bind up those different demons, and cast them down in the name of Yahweh Shem Shai. With that, Kwame Sharala, Shalom.